City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down, yeah.
I was born in the city, I was raised on its edges. My pop worked his life when it's complex. I found love in its center. If I could live here forever, think it'd be for the better. I love the weather, even though it's fog 24/7. I love the people, this is city. I met all my best friends, and I wanna thank every brick. I wanna thank every entrance to every building that I step in this city of mine. I owe you most my best moments in life. See, I fell in love for the first time in Golden Gate Park. I saw my first rap show at Great American Hall. I used to beg my homies for a ride across the bridge to goof off and spend the whole damn day doing whatever we want. Keaton drove us down to Ice Place while we'd roll up a blunt, and me and Jack would get stoney, walk around and get lost. Don't think I'll ever truly pay back all I was lucky to get just by walking through the city. No, I'm a small part of this.
City of mine, how I love this city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love this city of mine. It never gets me down.
I never really had a place to call my own, so I travel and I roam till I find that. But I'm full of adventure, so I wander and I venture, and it's safe to say that really I don't mind that. I book a flight to try to figure where my mind's at, a spot where I don't spend no money, just some time at. I mix and mingle with the people till I learn a little. I brought some weed and baby, maybe we could burn a little. She said you're funny, I said no, I'm Xavier, then I left. Sun shining, birds chirping, let me take a breath. I'm headed to the city where my chance to make it best. What people like to give a little, then you take the rest. I'm hoping one day maybe I can find a place to rest. I fell in love with life and wonder where it take me next. I like the hustle and bustle, I fell in love with the fashion. I feel the pulse of the city, it's moving me like a passion, and it's mine.
How I love this city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine. How I love this city of mine. It never gets me down. Me and my hometown, baby, we go way back. All the situations, circumstances, still we don't mind. Steady going on, I dance around the street lights. Hey, I know every street sign, hanging around the block like if you are my friend, then you are welcome any moment. Yeah, city of mine, how I love this city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love this city of mine. It never gets me down.
Chee-hoo, what it do, beef stew? What's happening, people? Damn, that head's large. Let's back that up a little bit. Right about there. Okay, anyway, what's cracking, people? Today is a lot. I'm running around trying to get all the things did before I go on the vacation. It's not really a vacation. I'm going to work. But, yeah, it feels like vacation because whenever you're packing, my brain says vacation. But no, this one is the real deal, Holyfield. Going to go do a bunch of conferences, starting out with Podcast Movement and then speaking at Content Marketing World, which is an insane conference. Holy goodness. The headliner for Content Marketing World is Hassan Minhaj. I don't know if you guys watch him. He's a hilarious comedian. Does a lot of stuff with just cultural and political satire. So it's going to be super interesting. Get a chance to see people like him. We got some heavy hitters speaking at that show. And then it's going to People of Video and then back for Leap into the old podcasting. So it's about to be a world tour, like Tribe Called Quest, a world tour with my mic in my hand. literally. So, yeah, that brings me to today. We're going to try to keep this one not as long as normal because I still got so much packing to do. I hate packing late. I like to have all my stuff done early, but because of gear requirements, I have to do things like dismantle this studio to take it with me to be on the road for almost 50 some odd days, maybe longer. So that requires pulling out the Mac Mini, pulling out the Thunderbolt hubs and things like that and packing them nicely. And so, yeah, challenges. But you know what? This whole business is challenges, and that's what we like about it. That's what makes it coolio with the flow. Okay, let me do this. Dun, 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 dun. And then come over here and bust one of these. Booyaka. There you go. So now it shouldn't. Hey, we go. We got it. We cooking with Pam. Melanie says, I throw everything in the bag the night before. Yeah, that kind of is like how I used to pack, but I have totally been guilty of forgetting things. And so, man, I'm trying to find the center. There you go. In a situation where you're taking gear, yeah, you can't do that. Anyway, let's see. Keely said, what's up to Vols, but I don't see Vols' comment. So there you go. There's the machine doing weird stuff already. Oh, I see. He's over here. All right. I see you, Paleo. Let me double click this. I want to show you guys something real quick. This question came in from the street. From none other than the old junkie camera. So let me investigate this situation. And then I see that Jeff and Keely and Paul are popping in the old Discord. I just did connect the camera to that side and pack it in the bag, but I can open it. They just ain't gonna see my face. Hold on. I did pack this camera already. Discord. Bam. Let's get it. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. Hey, family. I am actually running the Rodecaster 1 today and no overhead. Rodecaster Pro 2 is actually in the suitcase already. So what we finna do is open up this Discord, and y'all just gonna be coming out the Mac Studio speakers. So if you got something to say, you gotta speak up. That's funny. I totally forget. See, you get spoiled. Y'all don't know when you get your new gear and you get it all set up. You got everything like flowing, like looking like some kind of professional organization with the two computers and it's in the one soundboard. And then you go back to the Rodecaster Pro 1 and you're like, oh, I can't believe what used to be cool is now ghetto. Okay, it's not really ghetto, but it just can't do the things. I can see Kills and Gretchen's and Paul's, and I don't even know if the mic, if the Mac mic even will pick up in this thing. It's kind of funny. Nope. It doesn't show, but I can put the Mac speakers on. The Mac Studio doesn't have a mic. Haha, that is interesting AF. Huh. Oh, I got a plan. All right, guys, I'm talking through an issue real quick. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up Ecamm on this machine. I'm coming up with plans. Don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Okay, on this machine, I'm pulling in the NDI out from this machine. And therefore, if I do like this, it should be picking up the NDI out from that machine and coming back to this machine, aka Mac Studio. And then I should be able to turn on the Ecamm camera. And, oh, come on. Discord disconnected the freaking terminal command. Jesus. All right, guys, one thing to know. So 2 things I'm going to show you real quick. If you have to do stuff in terminal and you do it like repetitively, you don't have to remember the command again. The command is already still in terminal from the last time you did it. It will allow you to re-pull the command again. So let me show you this. Let me pop this here, come over here, open up a new window, screen share camera. And then on this camera, I'm going to hit this switch, go down here and say NDI converter. Bam, there's terminal. All right, cool. So in Discord, you have the save me Discord command. I know you guys are going to be able to see that. So I'll kind of embiggen my terminal window to like obnoxious. And then let me shrinkify this a little bit so it kind of sort of fits in place. And grab the bottom. It's funny because you got to watch it on a different screen to see where you're at. All right. So there we go. So instead of having to go back to Discord and hunt what is the command, number one, Keely made a saved spot in the Discord to go get the command. But basically what you need to do is, in theory, I just hit up, okay, that's fixing DNS cache. I live in terminal, so you'll see extra commands, but this is the command. I know it's hard to see on the live stream, but I put this in at some point in time recently. So all I gotta do is come back to this, hit enter. Why you can't find it in the keychain? What are you doing, we? Try this again. Oh, I know why. Let's do, so you're gonna come up and then we're gonna back up. It's going to take a lot of holding the keys to back it up. We got to put the super user do in the front. The last time I did this, because normally when I'm in terminal, I'm already logged in as super user. So what you can do is back up to the beginning, SUDO. That stands for super user do. Now put this, dummy, and then hit enter. And now put your password. And then, what? Why you not can find this application? All right, never mind. Keely broke it. I'm not gonna. I can just look at them in the Discord. It's not going to allow me to do what I wanted to do. That bites. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. That is tragic. Tragic. Anyway, so let me show you what I wanted to show you on this side. So Mr. Camera Junkie had a question. And yeah, I'm gonna say it was actually a pretty good question because people ask all the time. You'll notice that a lot of times when I do my nails, I will pick nails where I'm using the icon of the program that I'm using or talking about as part of the nail, right? So you're like, dang, Doc, where do you get such a gigantic Final Cut icon? Well, Mr. Camera Junkie, allow me to retort it. I'm going to show you. The easiest way to show you this is probably to hit live demo mode on this Mac here. So I hit live demo mode. Hey guys, what's up? All right. So take the application you have in question. Let's say we want to do Fantastical, one of my favoriteest apps. Okay. So just come over to here, hit Command I or right clicky, get info like this, right? This box is going to pop up. Hit that little icon, just touch it. And you'll notice there is a thin blue line around it once you hit the right icon, right? Just like that. All you do here is copy this. So when you highlight it, Command C on your keyboard, right? You got that Command C into the boofer, right? All right. Now, what you want to do next is you want to come over, open preview. And they say, I don't have this. When I do my keyboard, I don't have this. It's called Alfred. Alfred is my launcher. Most of my Macs, when I do stuff, I just delete the dock. Not me, but the thing at the bottom. I just use Alfred to launch programs. There's about 70 launchers out there. LaunchBar, Quicksilver. There's a new one in SetApp whose name completely escapes me right now, but I've been meaning to try it. There's a bunch of launchers. I do this rather than go hunting for apps. You know, I see a lot of people hitting the thing down here on the bottom. And let me open preview first. I see a lot of people hitting this bad boy, the launch pad. And like, this is cool if you only got 2 pages, but when you got like 5,100 pages, it's obnoxious. Anyway, so now the preview is open. Just blank document, you need nothing. All you have to do is hit the file and then new from clipboard or Command N, right? So at the very top up here, there is new from clipboard. Command N also works. So if I hit that, bam, there is the icon. There is the icon in its full regale, right? And as you can see, even if I'm swelling this up to the size of the screen, it's pretty blood clot monster. These are smaller versions on the way down, you know, various retinas, whatever. But the main one you need is this bad boy. Now, it's actually even a TIFF. And if you come in here and look at the size, it should be 1024 by 1024. There it's not. It's 512 by 512. One of these is actually 1024 by 1024. There it is, the second one. And it's at 144 resolution, which is pretty much printable. So when you look in here, just go down the old listy list and you can see the various sizes. And unfortunately, there's no shortcut to come in and check the size. That's 512 at 144. 144 is Retina size, right? This monster right here is 512 by 512 at 72, which is why it looks bigger. Don't be tricked by the ones that look bigger and think they're better. They're bigger because they're at a lower DPI, dots per inch, or PPI, pixel per inch in this case, resolution. So you can see in here there's artifacting where the areas match. The Mac that I'm using right now has Retina capabilities, so you know what I'm saying? So this one's 256, so it's smaller, and you can tell it's smaller because now you can actually see the pixels on the side, right? This one should be even smaller because it's monster, or it's just at the 72 DPI. There he is, right? So you can go in here and get whichever size you need. It's always good to start with the big one and shrink it, but if you're marred for time, like you could come in and get like the tiniest little one. So normally this second joint right here, which is technically labeled number 1, should bring you a 1024 by 1024 at 144 PPI or DPI, and that will give you the best option to hijack an icon and use it for whatever you want to use it for. Now that I have this, I can take this particular guy and let's see, pull this out, right? So a couple different ways to do this. You can just pull one of these numbers because it's, you know, background dependent. You can, if you're good at the corners, you can actually bring it to, you see the 1024 on here. Like it actually has the numbers on the bottom corner down here. But it's a little bit challenging. So I normally give it just a little bit of a buffer like such, and then hit copy again, and then Command N. Now you got a Nubian. Hit over here and hit export, and then export as a ping with alpha, and then Command D, drop it to the desktop, and then be like FANTASTICALICON, pow, gangster. Now you have your icon ready to go. So I can go ahead and delete that, not need, delete this one, not need that. And then if you need it for your you know, designs and whatnot, bam, you're in there. Now you're in the building. See, Mr. Junkie Camera, it is so simple. It's not even funny. It is and there's apps. I mean, for the longest time, there's been these companies that makes apps that sell you, you know, like, oh, we can get the icon out of the program like it's some secret sauce. It ain't secret. You can even do this. I don't do this anymore, but you can even do this where, say you want to have an icon on your Final Cut folder on a different drive, but you just want to know what's in that folder. You can paste this icon on. So what people used to do back in the day is do something like this. Let me see if I can find a simple one. Come over here to Documents, click on this Insta360 thing, hit the icon, hit copy, bam. Then go to preview. Oh, I see. Now you done close preview. Hey, Discord people, go away. Open preview again, hit Command N. All right, so we're gonna leave that there. We're gonna take this second folder, right? We're gonna go ahead and highlight this bad boy. Man, get out of the way, mouse. Watch this trick. So we're gonna highlight this bad boy, and then we're gonna go copy, and then Command New. So now we got that. All right, so go ahead and close this. Delete. And then I'm gonna come to my applications, and I'm going to find my Insta360 Studio, right? Hit Command I, grab this, copy that, and then Command N, put the Nubian here, select this particular icon, highlight that, hit copy, come back to this one, hit paste. You guys see what I'm doing here? Are you catching the feels yet? Right? So then you can kind of embiggenate it a little bit, embiggenate it just a touch, you know, figure out where you want to go. And then so now you know when you see this bad boy chunk on your computer, you can put all of your footage from your Insta360 in there. Now, if you want an 86 to 2022 or something, you can just make here's another trick. So click this. Make sure you have your grab dragger on. And then stay here. You can grab drag purple. You might want to save this first so you can put it where you want it. And then drag, copy a little bit of this yellow and then paste it back on. It's not going to work too well for me, but let me try from over here. Maybe I can copy and paste it from here. Come here. I need to embiggen this so I can see what I'm doing. All right, pull this over here. Dang it. Don't be hard. Just trying to get just the yellow. There we go. Copy that. Pop back over here. Paste it. And now you can put this bad boy here and embiggen it however necessary. You know what I'm saying? To cover these up. And so what you're going to have to do, take that one, copy, paste, move. So you can cover up the 22s if you wish. Or you can just open it up in like Photoshop. But a lot of times this is genuinely faster. Like while you're still trying, just leave it like that. While you're still trying to open up, Photoshop, you're already done. So you can go ahead and export that. Huh? Oh. Yeah. Ooh. Why ain't nobody say nothing until now? Anyway, what I was doing was copying and pasting this and using it to cover up the 22s on the other folder, which is here. Sorry, I wasn't in demo mode, according to Paul. And then so let's just name it something random. Save that to the desktop. So now I have a new folder icon. So when I go to get my Insta360 videos that I have like over here in this document area, all I need to do now is hit Command I for the info. Hit this one, Command I. And then hey, come here. Select all. Copy. Come over here. Paste. Bam. Now we got it. Now I got my folder. It looks like my folder. So can delete this now. Not need. And when I'm in, say, this gigantic mode, look, my thing has a thing on it. See, you just watch. This is how you can make your own custom icons, and it's super simple. So now I know where my Insta360 stuff is. Instead of just looking for blue folders, I look for the blue folder with the little thing on it. So there you go. Mr. Junkie Camera, I hope we have been of your assistance, even though we wasn't in the live demo mode for too long. Hopefully you figured it out. Anyway, let's go. What we got? Dun, 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 dun. Everybody's saying hi. Dun, 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 dun. You're going to Disney. Oh, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, so many stuffs. And let's see. Oh yes, this is the worst. The best thing about the modern Macs that I have is they don't need a custom power supply anymore. The MacBook Air can power off a USB-C, and the Mac Mini uses a standard issue. It's called a Sony cord, nothing to do with the cameras, but the old school figure 8 power cord. Yeah, they're the best. Oh, you got it, Rich. Oh, thank you. I'm itchy. Can you text me a picture? Thank you, Rich. Hello. I'm still ghetto. Yeah, I'm still ghetto too. It's you know what, Aubrey, it's good. It helps you feel like you didn't waste your time buying, the new thing that everybody says, oh, you don't really need that. You don't really need that. I never second guess whatever I get, but some people do. And you might start feeling some type of way when you have to go back and do what I'm doing then, yeah. Because then that means I'd have to install loop back and do a bunch of things, and I don't have all of that. My favorite terminal command is the ones that let me add spaces to my dock. Yes. See, you know what? I really don't like the dock because, not me, but the thing about them, it's just messy. And, you know, I used to go in and throw everything out. I think mine is very minimal. Yeah. See, I've thrown just about everything out. These are what's actually open right now. But I kind of leave everything out because I use Alfred. If you don't want to buy Alfred, you can just use Command Spacebar and use Spotlight. When Ventura comes out, Spotlight is going to be more feature rich. So Spotlight is also an amazing way to launch apps. Instead of looking or dragging your, it takes longer to drag your mouse on a 32-inch monitor from the top of the monitor down to the dock and then rub back and forth looking for the right icon. It's easier. Command Spacebar, hit a couple letters, DIS, Discord, bam. See, so much simpler. Like, even as an app switcher, it could be faster than, you know, command tabbing stuff half the time. It really depends on what you do. Spotlight is ridiculously powerful. I mean, ridiculously. My man Jeff is over here in the Discord, and he's been on our idea bank paper. He's been writing down some basic like Mac tutorials and stuff to do. That's a good one, Jeff. Like, all of the power that's in Spotlight that people just don't be paying attention to. You can do math in Spotlight. You can do Amazon searches. You can do everything. Spotlight's kind of sort of legit. So that would be an actual fantastic one. The TRS's cable in the back of the mini. Yes. Oh yeah. They're in the bag. I just packed them. Oh, Matthew O'Brien, since you were here, yes, I should do top 10 terminal commands. Let me begin to show you this. It's not in the best setup yet. Oh, I see. I'm catching up to what Keely wrote because I was just talking about Spotlight. And Paul, don't turn your back on me. Y'all can't see Paul. Paul's looking at the wall doing something. All I can see is the back of his big head. So, yes, there's a built-in Spotlight command, and it is extremely powerful. No, you don't want to do that because oftentimes, they're low resolution. The way I just did it is higher resolution. But if you're dealing with an application, they don't often use the profile. They don't often use that as that. So, for instance, Fantastical, their Twitter account is FlexiBits, so you ain't getting the icon, right? Now, some manufacturers actually have the icons on their page. When you go to their page, you'll see something that says press images, and they're all there. But if they don't, the old school way is the way. It's this is the way. Let's see. Joe, what does it do? Yes. Everybody's yelling at me because I wasn't in the the Discord. Zion, I am using today KB Ear Larks. I also have the CCA 4s, and I also have the KZ ZSM Pros. They're all the same, and they're all $20, and they're all dope. And docrock.live/IEMs. I think Paul probably got to that, but you can find all of them listed. Just grab Buck Nasty. What it do? The Discord find command doesn't work. It's in the top on the side. You just go under help and you can grab the link. I wonder why my terminal didn't take the command though. That's weird. Because it is kind of weird, like not having my Discord people than my Discord people. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. I can't believe you forgot about that icon thingy. Yeah, it's an old school trick, man. That's been around from like Mac OS 9, bro. It's been around for a hot minute. It's kind of funny. Use the Stream Deck for opening apps more and more. You know, Stream Deck is the reason why I launched from Alfred instead of Stream Deck is because it will then put Stream Deck in the correct profile for that app so that it, do things with the Stream Deck. But yeah. Glenda, I don't know if you remember my tutorial. Wait, let me 86 the Fantastical icon before people think this is sponsored. I don't know if you remember my tutorial, but I did a tutorial where I explained the very beginning of my tutorial was like, listen, the Stream Deck is just a keyboard. Before you think about all of the things that it can or cannot do, it's a keyboard. So if what you're trying to do can be done from a keyboard, a Stream Deck can do it. Because it is, in fact, a keyboard. It is just like a Ferrari 48 GT Spider is a car. It's a car. It's a Ferrari, but it's a car first. There you go. It's a badass car, by the way. Control F3 to access the dock. I haven't done that in forever. Oh, yeah, that's what do. Rich is talking about this trick right here to bust, to bust into this mode or to bust into this mode, right? So that's a cool trick as well. Hey, who knew today we were going to cover like Mac OS stuff, but it's handy. Like it really, really helps. Oh, dude, Keely, the Q calling. Come on, girl. That's off the chain. And Japanese, they say cucumbers as cutie. So, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Dun, 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 dun. All right, thank you, Paul. Paul got it. This is the link to get to those IMs. I have to show Mr. O'Brien something. Give me 1 second. It's kind of heavy. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the Shimoda Carry-On V2 roller. This thing is legit. My favorite feature of this bag, and I'm kind of bummed that I took off the overhead already, is it opens like a doctor bag. So you can get direct access to your gear. So my camera cube from my backpack pulls straight out, and I can get to my 6600, get to my A7 IV. I got my Tamron Trinities, my Sony G Master. Pop it in here. Mouse for the Mini. This. You traveling without this, you slipping. This, I know you guys all seen this before, but there might be somebody new. Color target. Don't be shooting horrible white balance photographs. The power cable for my notebook that I've never used because I just use USB-C. Speaking of whoever made that comment before. And then, I'm not finished packing, but these are some of the things. The condom for the Rode NTG. Rode Wireless Go Twice. Super clamps. This Sony handle for when I'm using the 6600 to VLOJ. The end of the Deity D4 Duo, which is in here along with the Rode NTG. It's in a little pocket over here on the side. And then I haven't put in my filters yet, but that's coming in next. Memory card and stuff goes right here. The Insta360 goes in this little pocket next to the memory cards. So I'm not finished packing, but at the top, I got all of this room for activities. And so this is gonna, it fits right there. So the box for Lolos, that's only Brady will get that joke because it's a Hawaii thing. The YOLO fits right there. Guess you really know though. You only live once. That's a model YOLO. And it all packs up and you hit the road jack. Shimoda. I'm just telling you, all you people shopping for camera bags, just stop. If you had the Peter McKinnon bag in your cart, put it back and buy the Shimoda. Shimoda right now and Wandra or Wanpro, I forgot how I call them Wanda as in WandaVision, best bags in the game. Everything else, Just throw them out. Yo, it is glorious. It's glorious. Absolutely glorious. They're always out of stock, actually, and they just came back in stock on August 8th. So I had Pro Camera pull up. As anybody has watched the demo yesterday, Tony called me to let me know that it was arrived. I had Pro Camera Hawaii pull up and put it in the mix. Wait, not sponsored, but I guess I should wear the hat. That makes Tony feel better. Yeah, so super nice. Like, the build quality is insane. The dopest part about it is my Explorer V35 is in the other room, but all I had to do was take the camera cell out of the backpack and pull it right out. I rotate it 45 degrees and drop it in here, and it fits perfectly. So now what that does to the backpack, now check this combination out, right? It frees the backpack up to be just a carry-on for the plane. So laptop, jacket, headphones, Lunchables, granolas and stuff, batteries, all of that, just in the backpack. The things that you can't put into your regular stuff, like your big batteries and things, you can't carry those. So I can put that all into my regular backpack, make the backpack lighter. The other thing you can do with Shimoda's is, most bags have this, honestly. It has Molly on the side, or not that kind of Molly. Little, stop laughing, Keels. It has little webbing hooks, like really tiny webbing hooks, right? Like right here, this little guy and this little guy. So it comes with a series of accessory straps, and I could take the V35 and literally strap it to the top of this, cinch it up, and then when I wheel, I only have to wheel one thing. I don't even have to wear it on my back. I can actually strap it to that and piggyback it. You see flight attendants and pilots do this on a regular basis. They have their Travel Pro and they have the duffel bag and they have it hooked with a little thing and they just drag it all around, right? So you can do cool stuff like that. Now, here's where this gets dope. When I get to destination and I'm in my telly and I pull everything out of this bag, I can take the camera cell out, put it back in the backpack, zip it up, and then I hit the streets, and then me and Rich and I, like there's three of us, can just hit the Dallas, cameras in back, ready to go. I don't have to unpack and then repack and unpack and repack. One of the things I've traveled with before and it's always driving me batty is if you pack your gear easy for carry on the plane, when you get to your destination, you often wish you had a smaller backpack or a smaller camera sling to do the traveling parts. So I would carry the small Peak Messenger, but the Peak Messenger is structured. Any good camera bag is structured. So you can't smash it very well in your suitcase. When you get to your destination, you have another smaller camera to carry. So it's kind of cool with this. All I got to do is convert my backpack back into a camera bag because they're of the same system. I hope that made some kind of sense. If not, I will go get it and show you. Hey, don't you have the green Shimoda bag, Gretchen? Curious. Yes, I have a link for the white balance thingy. I just sent it to Janice in the Discord like 2 days ago. Hold on. Keely, I think I can hit Command K and then type Janice Anderson. And yes, it worked. Oh my God. I learned something from Keely. Oh my God. Yo, that is banging. Sometimes you should listen to the Canadian later. Boom. Don't grin, Keels. Don't take it to your head. Dome key bags. What the heck is a dome key bag? Oh, there you go. Camera Junkie did it. Oh, speaking of Janice, there she is with her cool Ice Queen avatar. Jay Nice is in the building. Yes. I'm bringing you some coffee, Rich, and now I gotta go back to Pro Camera and get you another hat. You should have said that when I was there yesterday, Richard. Dun, dun. Yo, man, Michelle, I don't know if you saw my link the other day. We were on Dina's. Rothy sent me an email that said they had new cat shoes, and I was like, freaking Michelle. Candy pack from Lowpro. Yeah, Lowpro. We used to sell Lowpro bags at my store, and Gretchen does have the Action green. For those of you guys looking for bags, the Shimoda Explorer is a smaller one. The Action slightly bigger, but they all come in sizes. The Action will come in a 25, a 30, a 35, and a 50. And my Explorer comes in a 25, a 30, and a 35. Those numbers all reference liters as to how much you can carry. A pro tip on camera bags. If you need a 25, do not, listen closely, people, lean in. Matt and Gretchen will back me up. If you need a 25, do not go, you know what? I should get the 30 or the 35 because I have more space. Don't do that. It sounds logical, but don't do that. Because here's what you'll do. You only need 15. And you was going to buy the 25 because it's the smallest. And then your brain goes, oh, let me get the 30 because just in case I need the space. You will fill it up. And then you won't want to carry that bitch because it'll weigh 100 pounds. So never buy a bigger camera bag than you actually need because you will fill it up with dumb stuff and that joint would be too heavy. Right, Gretchen? Yeah, I see her head bobbing over here. She's like, it is a thing. I have done it to myself so many times. And then about an hour into the trip, we're walking around temples and I'm like, yo, this bag is stupid heavy. So it sounds, antithetical to common logic. Just don't. Buy the bag size that you need if you have to. And yes, I know they're expensive. It's kombucha. You'll have to buy another one. It's okay. Because if you buy too big a bag, you will kill your back. It just is what it is. Someone's in trouble. Why am I in trouble? Oh, Miles is in trouble. Miles been missing. Don't get him in trouble. The Action is 30, 50, and 70. That's what it is. Okay. The Action is just like, so my Explorer and the Action are kind of the same. The difference is mine zips at the top. The Action unrolls. And it's designed for when you're going to sleep out in the woods, taking pictures and things like that, when you're going on longer hikes. Hey, you and me both, Brady. Way too many bags. Mr. Junkie Camera, why did you put APS-C? I have Pelican case that I was going to bring for this trip, and I decided against it. The thing what happens with my Pelican case every time I go on a plane is when you get to the smaller jump connections, this case is cool. I'm going straight to DFW, and it was just a one thing. But when I leave from there, I have a bunch of small jumps, like from DFW to Virginia. A lot of times with the Pelican, every time I go on, they want you in the smaller plane, the Embarcadero, like CJ30s or 35s. They're like, oh, can you check this? And I'm like, nah, I got my equipment in there. And then you get in fights with the gay people. And I don't know. I feel like every opportunity that you have to tell them that you don't want to do something, they immediately turn to, nah, damn it, we're going to check this. And it becomes a fight. And the goal is never to get into any kind of like pugilistic situations with the people at the gate because they deal with a-holes all day. And so all you have to do is want to tell that person no because your equipment in it and they just got tuned up by, Calvin or Karen or Chad or whomever. Not that Karen. She don't say nothing. And so I just try not to do that. So for this particular case, because I'm not checking it, I'm not going to carry the Pelican. I'm going to just use the Shimoda and my regular suitcase. And that kind of scares me because I'm taking my Rodecaster Pro 2. You can ask any questions you want. Janice, you get special privilege for no other reason than I'm scared of you. I'm joking. Just, ask away. Boom, boom, boom. Gretchen, your bag. 25 pounds is actually pretty good for a camera bag. Oh, smaller. Yeah. Man, see, we're going to have fights People be all, you and Diana with that smaller lenses, smaller weight, and the APS-C. Nah. I got my APS-C in there, but if I'm going this far to shoot pictures and, you know, maybe because you guys live in the mainland, you can get back to the place again for relatively cheap. All my flights are over $1,000. I don't care where I'm going. My flights are over $1,000. So I'm not going there with the iPhone camera and just taking pictures with my iPhone. So I'm sorry, I'm taking the full frame no matter what. Like, it's easy when you can just jump in the car and drive there again. But for me, these trips take work. So I'm taking a full frame camera. I ain't listening to all of y'all be like, oh, you can still make a nice picture with the APS. Nice is nice. Why do nice when you can do epic? Just throw that out there. Oh, dude, trust me. I have done master shows with humongous, like, ship the entire truck. Pack the truck, ship the truck, unpack the truck, do the gig, pack the truck, ship the truck, unpack the truck. So definitely. Man, I have a lot of Peak bags too. I think they got nobody come for me. This is my opinion. This is not the opinions of the network. I think Peak has been sleeping on their hands for the last 2 years because they came out with banger. Then they came out with the tripod, also banger. And they were like, they got cock diesel. And, you know, when you think yours don't stink, you stop producing, and they ain't produced nothing good in the last couple of years. And all of these people passed them. Nomad, passed them. Shimoda, smoking them. One Pro, whatever you call it, Wander, smoking. F-stoppers, smoking them. Like, I really think that Peak has been sleeping on their laurels. Domke is a Tiffin brand. Got it. I don't like Tiffin either. So I have an M1 Mac Mini, can't upgrade my RAM. With all the programs I use, such as creators, would 16 be sufficient? Yes. If so, what do I need to clean up these things? I just got one in January. Okay, so it's oftentimes one or two programs that are rogue. They haven't been properly programmed in order to best use the memory in your Mac. Okay, so what I have found, the number one culprit tends to be these little sleeper apps up there in the top. Okay, so for instance, I got my Loop Deck app running. I got the script running because, hey, it's gangster. I got Set App running. Set App's not taking a memory. It's not doing anything. Stream Deck plugin, not doing anything. Alfred, not much. There's my calendar. Got to go, you know, visit the pops. Got 1Password, not too much. But this one, which is problematic at times, is my Display Link Manager because I'm using extra monitors with this M1. The Display Link Manager every once in a while will go stupid and just eat a lot of RAM. All you have to do is quit it and reopen it, and it will behave itself. What else I got up here? I got just my play commands and my do not disturbs, my keyboard. So this one, I actually limited what's up there. One of the other ones that does go dumb sometime, which is why I didn't install my Creative Cloud apps on this machine. The Creative Cloud apps, every once in a while, the Master Control app for Creative Cloud, the one that looks like the two circles, it will go stupid and it will just sit there and be eating RAM doing nothing. And ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please, the number one stutter for use all of your resources for no damn reason whatsoever, Google Chrome. Chrome is just like, hey, y'all, you know the kid that be at the dinner, hey, you gonna eat that? Hey, you gonna eat that? And just take everybody's, that's what Chrome does. So when you're doing something, like I'm doing a stream right now, and I got the browser open, honestly, do I need all these other tabs? Nah, what I should do, you know, if memory starts tripping, is you just come in here and hit all of these tabs open for no reason. And Chrome has gotten better with attempting to use less, but it don't always work. So all you gotta do is come in, do something like that, leave the one tab open, check the window command and see if you have any extra windows hiding that you don't know, because oftentimes when you open a window and you minimize a window, You can have 5-6 window groups minimized in the bottom of your dock that you forgot, and they've been there 3-4 days, and they're doing nothing but absorbing your RAM resources. Another trick that you can do, J Nice, which is helpful. Let me do this. Hold on. Hold on for one more day. Just hold on. I don't know where that song came from. Activity monitor, right? So you hit the activity monitor. Everybody knows about that. Then you can come over here and you can hit the memory, and then you hit it by size, so that way you can see how much memory is being used. So out of my 16 gigs, I'm currently using 13. And right now, showing you the live demo mode is chunking a bunch. But if I look down in here, I don't need preview no more, so I can close that. And I don't need Ecamm Live. No, sorry. Don't need mail no more. And I don't need Safari at the moment. So I can close all of that, and that will free up some space. But what a lot of people don't know, right click down here, go down to monitors, and then you can see where you can put your CPU history and stuff like that. Sometimes that helps just to get an idea of like how much you're using, because if you have apps just sitting there idling and you can see your CPU is bouncing up and down, but you're not doing anything currently with the app you're using, that means you have a background app out there tweaking. But once I sit here and do this, now you can see that I've got down to another 4 gigs just wide open, just by closing a bunch of Chrome tabs and things like that. Now, if I were to do something absolutely silly, because I don't need it right now, just straight quit Chrome. If I need to look at y'all, I can open up Chrome on a different computer. Look, it just dropped down almost 4 whole gigs. It's down to 9.7. When it finishes flushing itself out, it'll get down to like 8. So Chrome just sitting there doing jack. I had one tab open. That tab was the YouTube tab. And Chrome was sitting there just smoking memory like a fresh bag, picked up off the block. So this is why when you guys are doing your live streams and you got your guests on, and we be trying to tell y'all, tell your guests, close all of them unnecessary. Rob Vols, mute yourself, please. Tell them to turn off all of that stuff. They don't be listening, and then they be like, it's not me, it be them. If you got you and you check you and you know you're good, it's them. So just know that. And now that I turn off live demo mode, I'm curious how much more it'll clear up. Because just a wonder. But yeah, you'll see that it goes in, and right now, hardly using any, is dripping down to about 9.2. So there you go. A lot of the things you have running in the top that you don't need, close them. There are utilities out there, and then there's focus modes that you can build with Mac shortcuts, super easy. I'm sure Alec probably made a video about it at some point. You can make profiles that says today I am streaming, or when I go to live stream, close all of these apps, right? So Ecamm, check this out. Boom, come over here, go to shortcuts. Ecamm can say when Ecamm Live opens, run a shortcut, right? So I got a bunch of shortcuts in here, right? I have a shortcut called Go Live. Right? When the broadcast starts, right? What Go Live does is it sends a tweet out to various places. So if I were to, hold on, sorry, I messed up. There you go. So Ecamm Live, come down here, last one, shortcuts. You can say with Ecamm Lives, what I want you to do. All right. So you can go in your computer, go to shortcuts, open, right? And then you can see, look, various ones. I hit the Go Live stream. I don't want to play it. I just want to open it. So in my Go Live stream, it goes into do not disturb until I turn it off, and then send out this tweet, right? On this machine, I don't have Twitter installed. I need to reinstall it. But I can also say, come in here and I want to just close apps. So I can just add all the apps that I don't need, close. So turn on do not disturb, kills the messages, close a bunch of apps, blah, blah, blah. Ecamm's good to go. When you end the stream, you can say relaunch all of those apps. And then you just make a little, and to go in here, this is how you do it. Here's the apps the shortcuts that each apps have. Certain apps have various shortcuts in here. If you look back in the channel, I had my buddy Matt Casanelli come on. We talked about a bunch of stuff. He's always around. And Rosemary Orchid, also on the show before, she's also always talking about shortcuts. It's a really cool thing, and now you can have your shortcuts built to your focus modes. So when you come up in here and hit one of these focus modes, you can literally make a brand new focus mode called streaming, and it does all of that stuff for you on the fly, and that will make your life easier. So there's something that you can do. Doom, doom, doom. Chrome is a habitual line stepper. Yes. I've never wiped or cleaned on my E1. It just is required 98% of the time. The stupid web page with tons of ads eating up the memory. Yep. 9 times out of 10, just closing it. And yeah, don't use those weird apps that's like, oh, clean up the memory space. Don't use those. They're just waste of time. They're lying to you. You don't need that. Yeah, that's what it is. The display link thing, it does that. Oftentimes, you just got to restart it. It just creeps, and it's because of bad programming. Thank you, Al. Appreciate it. Oh, if I could do that, man, I could be a billionaire. I just got to figure out how to bottle it. If I could just figure that out, how to put that particular trick in the bottle, I can be rich. Not rich. Rich is rich. I could be Doc, but I mean, I could be wealthy. Rich is always going to be rich. What's your favorite kombucha? I'm curious. This ginger turmeric thing, it's a little spicy, but I like it. My number one pet peeve with kombucha is the whole country says kombucha. If you look at it, K-O-M does not say cam. What the is wrong with y'all? Show me where K-O-M is cam. It's kombu. You know what kombu is? It's seaweed. It's seaweed out of the oceans of Japan. The best tasting one comes from Hokkaido. Kombu is long, skinny seaweed. You seen those videos where the guy is diving and he's going through the kelp forest? Kombu. You take kombu, you bring it out, you let it dry, and you ferment it with a culture starter, and it generates this acid, bubbly, probiotic deliciousness. And cha means tea. So kombu tea, kombucha, not kombucha. What's wrong with y'all? These are the kids that tease me, hey, why don't you speak English? When I was a little kid. And for y'all. Stop laughing, Keely. I'm not showing y'all the Discord today because the level of shade coming from the Discord right now is inappropriate. So I can't show y'all on this TV. This is a family show. Tell him again, Brady. Brady knows. It's funny, we like to take stuff from other places and not give it its proper respect like we own it. Like the land that we're standing on right now. Kingdom of Hawaii. Nation of the Iroquois. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like, stop taking stuff and then don't even pronounce it right and then try to tell everybody else they're saying it wrong. A-holes. This is good. Yes, trip mode. I forgot about that. Let me show you trip mode real quick. One of the very first streams I did for Ecamm when I downloaded Ecamm way back when Brady and I was drunk one night playing around with apps was trip mode. This is legit. I haven't used it in a while because my internet is flawless. Shh, don't say those things. Come up with the set app. You can get it for $8 from the store itself. Trip mode. Boom. I'm not going to install it now because it might break something. Hey, stop this. Cloud Outliner, go away. So, what this app is initially designed for is in places like Japan, Korea, the European Union, as you're moving around, you often move around on a train. And back then, the cellular services would go from company to company to company. They do these kind of roaming handoffs. Roaming was really, really popular in places where the countries are closer together. We're so big and spread out that we normally have free roaming in country. Before, back in the day, you would leave your city, you would hit a roaming charge. Luckily, that's mostly gone. But Trip Mode is designed that if you are using your tablet or your phone and you're using it as a tether to your computer or just using it directly, when you open up your phone and your computer, and you had an Air Card, which was like a little card you used to stick in the side of your laptop that was the cellular connection, or you have your phone tethered, it wouldn't try to run updates. Because imagine you only have a 5 gig plan, which is still a thing some places, or you have a data cap, and you open your app, your laptop in the train, like the first picture, and you just want to send an email to Gretchen. And in the background, your Mac is like update, and you don't even know. You get out the train and you try to call your mama, and they be like, sorry, you ran out. You got ran out. Because while you was in the train, your computer was doing stuff. So this guy invented an app that's basically said, right before you get in the train, you hit this button. It will only run internet connections on the apps that you specifically allow it to. Turns out extremely valuable for streamers, because iCloud will try to sync while you're doing stuff. Apple Photos will try to sync while you're doing stuff. Dropbox you can disable, but most people forget. Google Drive you can disable, most people forget. Creative Cloud Sync also can be disabled, and Box can be disabled, but again, most people forget. So Trip Mode, right before you stream, you turn on Trip Mode. If you're going to forget, then make a shortcut. In the shortcut, say turn on Trip Mode. And then when you start the stream, Ecamm will start the shortcut, turn on Trip Mode, block all these unnecessary communicado, and then when you hang up the stream, it'll turn it all back on. So you can't have any problems. So the same conversation I just had, you can actually do with Trip Mode instead of building shortcuts, but you got to remember to turn the Trip Mode on and off. Because what I used to do is turn Trip Mode on, do my stream. I'll do like 3-4 streams in a row. You know how that works. And then I'll be over here trying to pay some bill, and it keep failing. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I would forget that Trip Mode was on. And then I'm like, oops, yeah. So that can be dramatic and problematic. So if you can figure out a shortcut, get a Keyboard Maestro shortcut, get a Stream Deck button, something that reminds you to turn Trip Mode on and off. But Trip Mode is glorious. It's in SetApp. If you're a Mac user, you should probably use SetApp. Period, point blank, in the story, hands down. Ask myself, ask that bald head pumpkin dude. We would tell you point blank that you need to have SetApp. But if you want to, I don't want to spend $10 a month. Then just buy all these little apps and you'll spend more, but that's your problem. So SetApp, 10 bones a month. Trip Mode is like $8 flat. SetApp's worth it. There's so much cool stuff in there. Like a lot of the stuff you guys are looking for, you can find apps in SetApp to cover it. But that is Trip Mode. It is pretty awesome. And so this is what it looks like when you go in there and say, when I'm in this mode, I will let Safari in, Spotify, Chrome in, Mail in, but no iCloud Sync, no SetApp, no notes, no nothing. So really, really handy, right? And then when you turn it off, Cloud Sync, Google File Stream, Slack. Oh, you can't even tell Slack to shut up. So that way Ken and Glenn are not telling you about the new version that they dropped while you were live. I'm not having any kind of feelings about that. So yeah, that's SetApp in a nutshell. Super dope. Super dope. What am I most excited about for podcast movement? My answer is going to be dumb, but it's the truth. I'm getting to go see my boy Rich. Rich has always been in the comments, hanging out, talking to the bots like he's been friends with the bots for a long time, making wise comments. But also, Rich would call me if I say something stupid or do something, offlandish. He would call me on my BS. So I feel like we've been friends for decades. It's been about 2 years in the streams. So getting to meet Rich IRL is don't tell my boss I said this, F that conference. I'm finna go see Rich. And I think that is to me, like, I have had this experience with Rob. I've had this experience with Luis and Miss Diana and Carly, Valerie even, not Gretchen, Glenda, right? Got to see Glenda, right? And so when you get to meet your people IRL, it's a thing, right? Elaine, Dina, like I've gotten to meet a bunch of my people IRL, and it's just great. It's like we found out Lynn Wells 5'2", so like I think to me, I'm the most looking forward to just kicking it with Rich, and yeah, we're gonna learn a lot of stuff at Movement. Going to be paying attention to what the future of podcasting looks like. I think this is going to be another fantastic year for podcasts. So I'm interested in some of the growth potential, some of the trend setting type stuff, things like that. But honestly, the best part about those conferences is the connections and the networking and meeting your people and stuff like that. Like it's the bomb. We had such a great time going out, drinking beverages and throwing axes, things like that. So boom. I live in the UK. Tell me about it. Aluminium, isn't it? Boom. Yes, Trip Mode is in the setup. Boom. I think you meant Janice, but yeah. I like it. I'm going to start calling her Justice too, because I feel like she'd be judging us. Not really. I think you can use Trip Mode and Speedify simultaneously. Trip Mode is going to basically just stop apps from running that you don't want to run. Speedify will help manage your streams by connecting multiple connection sources to bonify a stream. So it can take a Wi-Fi connection as well as a wired connection and bond those two together. That's one of the benefits. It also does a little bit more mitigation of like the things that cause your stuff to drop. Boom. Mr. Renee Ritchie, what's happened? What's happening? Good to see you, brother. Appreciate you here. Man, SetApp has 210 apps. I can't tell you, but I think SetApps is one of the greatest things that ever happened, because if you've been a Mac user, well, you've only been a Mac user since Ecamm, so it's different for you. But for those of us that have been Mac users for a long time, people like myself, people like Jeff, people like Renee, the glorious parts of Mac's apps, even in Windows, to be honest with you, has been these small companies that make a small, like, single-use utility that does something dope that it should be part of the OS. That has been always the golden things, the things that just make life so much better. SetApp allowed those developers to basically know what their income is going to be, because they're not just selling these apps onesie, twosie, whatever. They're part of a monthly subscription to which is divided amongst all of the developers, and they kind of know where their next meal is coming from, because a lot of these guys will have rushes of sales because Apple did something dumb and changed the box, and then all of a sudden you need a third-party app in order to make it flow. And then there'll be another situation where there's a vulnerability, or somebody like Renee back when he was at iMore, or me when I was at 2R, we'd write an article about something cool you should be doing with your Mac, and they would get this influx of people, going to buy these various utilities that we all use. 1Password. 1Password for me is one of those. Now 1Password is a massive app, but 1Password, Dave and them just started out, a small company, few people, and they turned out into this, big thing now, but they used to just be a small guys, right? So SetApp is cool because it allows you to have a blockbuster Netflix type approach to these apps, instead of, $50 for this one, $10 for that one, $12 for this one, $30 for that one. You just pay your $10 a month. I've been paying it since the day SetApp came out. SetApp's probably about 8 years old now, maybe, I think. I've been using it ever since. I do not have a Mac that I don't put SetApp as probably the second thing I install. I get a brand new Mac, I open it, pa-ching, log it in. First app to get installed, 1Password. Second app to get installed, SetApp. Automatically. It's worth it. Yes, he is. Canadians are reuniting. 503/4. Yes, thank you, Mr. Renee. Just need to think where to go next year. There you go. It's taking me years to become bilingual. Is school still a thing in these parts? Yes, it is. Absolutely. Just checking on you guys. Yes, 200 plus apps. There you go. Thank you, Mr. Paul. Oh, top 5 apps. Man, you know what's funny? This is hilarious, Matt. So I was on this show called British Tech Network. We did a show called The Mac Show. And every Friday at the end, we would give out our picks of the week. And I swear, for like a year solid, half the time by accident, somebody would go to call out this utility that they fell in love with, and they'd be like, oh man, Forklift is this, and this. Here's why you should be using Forklift, whatever. And Forklift is $49.99 at, forklift.com. And somebody would be like, hey, that's in SetApp. What? That would happen so much. We were like, SetApp should sponsor us. So let me go and think about top 5 dead or alive in SetApp real quick. I think Alec just recently did one for himself, and it was pretty good. So in honor of Mr. Mob Deep here, let's go and get SetApp top 5 dead or alive. Let's see. Hit that button. Hit this button. Okay, some of the ones that I like. I definitely always install Squash. Hey, it's actually going to launch the app. I didn't want to do that. Squash started making music, and I thought it was Paul. Okay, so this app is called Squash. Let me open the full SetApp. It's a little bit easier. What Squash does is it uses this to compress images, right? And it's really helpful when you got to compress a bunch of images, like convert them to PNG, do things like that. This one over here is Forklift, one of my other favorites. It's basically a Finder replacement. It does so much more than Finder. One of my favorite things in Forklift is when I'm copying stuff. Now, we've all, especially Mob, you do DIT for yourself. I got to fix it for the muggles here. When you work in the film situation, at the end, you got to take all of the footage and you got to ingest it, or, make sure all the footage is where it needs to be so that you don't lose any footage. On the big programs with multiple cameras, the DIT team, they basically manage all of the footage. So when you're out in the field by yourself, you got to self-DIT. In Finder, when you're copying stuff, if something happens and the copy fails, you got to copy the whole damn thing over again because it doesn't know how to resume from where it left off. FTP does. I used to have to take an app like Yellow Duck and FTP to myself just to move files so you wouldn't have that situation where it decides to eat it in the middle of a copy and you got to copy it all over again because it's just whack. Forklift handles things like that. It's just a much better, this is what Finder should be like, and it's a little nerdy. It allows you to build SFTP servers now because we use secure servers. It allows you direct connections to your Google Drive, your WordPress site. You can edit things on your WordPress site on the fly. It allows you access to Amazon Elastic servers, things like that. So yeah, I know I'm talking nerdy to most of y'all, but anyway, Forklift is a Finder replacement that's way doper than Finder should ever be, and it's pretty cool. Let me go through a couple more that I use on a regular basis. That's oftentimes because it's in Setapp, I'll install it, use what I need to use it, and then I'll uninstall it because I just don't really need it at that particular time. Bartender, now that I have a laptop again, the laptop will probably get Bartender. Bartender covers these things in the top. So on a laptop, especially with a notch, that sucker goes all the way across and it's obnoxious. I just did a Tom Buck. Oh my God, somebody slapped me. Yeah, it's obnoxious. Anyway, Better Zip. I use Better Zip on a regular basis. I'm surprised I don't already have it installed in this machine, but this is kind of my streaming machine. I tend to keep it naked if possible. I'm a Fantastical guy, but I know the developer for BusyCal. Billy Cal is great. Karen uses BusyCal. The developer comes from the same town that Karen comes from, up the street here in the other side of the island. It is a very, very good app. John is an amazing guy, but that was really good. I tried Canary Mail, wasn't a fan. Let me think what else is here that I use on a regular basis. I don't use Cream My Mac because I know how to do everything that it does inside a terminal. It's just a pretty front end for terminal. If you're not a terminal wizard, Clean Your Mac is okay, but you do have to know if you clean your Mac with Clean Your Mac, it will eat your eCam logs. So you got to have enough common sense to go in there and tell it, do never touch my eCam logs because Ken and Glenn might need that if you break something. Okay. ChronoSync Express. I use the real ChronoSync, but ChronoSync Express is a good way to get your teeth cut. It's in there. I'm pretty sure I'm past 5, but these are all good ones in here that are just fantastic. Joe Doctor is one of those ones that I use to fix stuff, but I don't. Oh, I can't believe this is not on this machine. I use Downy every day on my Mac Studio. When I am cutting videos for YouTube and I need a clip for my YouTube video, I use Downy. I talk about it all the time. And then, so yeah, I'll just go ahead and pop that in there, hit boom, 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 boom. And YouTube does not like us to talk about Downy on these streams, so I won't go any further than that. But yes, on my laptop, I have this Battery One Endurance installed, already in there. Drop Zone is good, but again, I don't use that. I have my own NAS. And what else is good in here? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, there's so many. GiveFox is good. I do that mostly in Final Cut now. Boom, boom, boom. There's so many. Oh, Image to Icon. This is another cool one. Again, that I'll install when I use it and uninstall when I don't need it. But it basically allows you to make your own icons, similar to what we talked about earlier today. It's really, look, it's a young college Matt O'Brien. So you can come in here and make your own custom icons in a heartbeat so that you can make your drive look pretty. Super cool stuff in there. And man, again, I'm telling you, there's like 200 plus in here. I'm probably like barely scratching the surface. Luminar, I actually have the full program. I don't use the Setapp version. Blah, blah, blah. Menu Bar X is another good one for doing sort of like what my brain just went dumb. What Bartender does. Oh, here's a good one. MyNode. Jeff is the master of MyNode, but MyNode is really good. I've been using Outliner recently, but MyNode is the same thing, but it's more in the mind map format as opposed to the outline format. So in the process of figuring out what's going in my book, I have been using Outliner, but MyNode is probably easier. And if you ever have questions on how to make a dope mind map, talk to our buddy Jeff from the Discord. He is freaking brilliant when it comes to that. We all saw his mind mapping one day, and the whole class was like, I think some people still have to get their jaw reworked. PullTube is saying it's Downy, but just a different brand. Sometimes some work better than others. They're both good. I don't use screens anymore. It broke my machine, but it was probably just me. SidePad is cool. I've used this a lot on a notebook, but now it's built into Mac OS, right? This was just a notepad that you could pull out of the side of your computer anywhere and just get things. So you always had them on. It was so good, but now it's kind of built into Mac OS, so I don't use that one anymore. But it's better than the built-in one. But on my laptops, I try to keep things minimalist. Man, look, we still got a long way to go. Text Sniper. I didn't know they added this. Text Sniper is dope. I did not know they added this. Okay, I'm adding this. So you know on your iPhone, how you can just snag text out of an image. This is what Text Sniper does. So if you see an image and you need the text, just and you pull it right out, just like iPhone. I didn't know it was in SetApp. What I have been doing is literally taking a screenshot with my iPhone and then copying the text and pasting it back. Oh, so that's a new addition. Nice. Text Sniper is badass. See, Matt, you just made me install some stuff. And Ulysses is my go-to writing tool. It's in here. See, Ulysses. Okay, we passed more than 5, but those are some of my favorites in here. There's way more. Vision was another cool one I used to use, which would give you a transparent desktop to work on. Pretty badass. Good question, Mr. Mr. O'Brien. Matt is what Paul used to look like 70 years ago. Man, you want to know what a small world it is? I had a meeting with some people about a thing, and they were talking about some of the creators that they're working with, and they said Matthew O'Brien, which is only funny because I just saw a post on his socials talking about working with these people. And I was like, hey, hold up. So I'm working with them for some stuff for Ecamm, but I'm also working with them for some stuff for personally. And it was kind of funny because I'm like, talk about small world, can't hang, huh? And I was like, man. So yeah, Matt be out here doing things. Don't forget my key light setup question. Oh, yes. Okay. We'll cover that. Oh, I won't forget. Dun, 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 dun. Yo, what's happening, D? Good to see you. Yes. If you get forklift, Tramit, construction theme apps, it'll merge into Devastator from the Transformer. Ha, ha, ha. Renee got jokes. Oh, yeah. Alec did do a video of his set app once. Yep. I used to use forklift long before it was included in set app, too. Forklift is one of those things. That's horrible, Keels. See, set app is life. I'm telling you, it's it. ChronoSync will save your bacon. Matthew has a dope video where he tells you how he uses ChronoSync. I never did make one, but yeah, yes, love Downey is the bomb. Downey is the bomb. Alec was doing a stream once and he was talking about Downey and YouTube killed that stream. So we just got scared and decided we weren't going to talk about what it does, but it allows you to liberate videos from video oriented platforms. Not for the sake of doing anything shady. Sometimes it's easier to get my own video without logging in and switching to the other account and pulling it down. I can just get my own video or videos that I've created or videos like I was in Twit this week. And Leo and I had a bunch of stuff going on and it was kind of cool. And so if I needed to use one of those clips to talk about something in my social feed that says, hey, I was on Twitter this week, you should go check out this full episode, I can just grab that snippet. YouTube has added a clip function and the clip function is pretty cool. Now, speaking of which, let me see if I can do this. Hold on. Oh, baby. So, let me open up the old Slizzy real quick. I want to show you guys something before we go because it is a clip from there. It's 47 seconds. I'm going to copy this link and I wonder if Downey knows how to grab just that. I'm gonna be interested as all get. Because so YouTube has a clipping function now. Sometimes if you're looking at YouTube, you'll see these scissors, right? If you see these scissors, then it allow you to download, a portion of the video. I'm often curious if Downey would know how to pull just the clip section or if it's going to want to pull the whole video, which is, relatively large video as opposed to just a short one. So I'm curious. I'm absolutely curious. If my stream is wigging out, it's Downey's fault. Give it a second. Hold on, If not, I think I can just play it. Is it streaking out? No, not yet. I'm letting it download first because I want to give it less. I want to give it less power of things to do. Right? If you tell it to do all of the things at one time, it's going to bug out. Let me turn all of these off. It turns out that I had Downy on this machine before. Maybe it remembered, and it's trying to download all of the things. And I don't need it to do that. This is the one. Start this one. I'm trying to kill all the ones that it's trying to do, and it's just going. It's funny. I'm going to quit this in a second and just do it the hard way because it's trying to do all of these ones I don't want it to do. Come on, Eileen. Oh, I swear. It's not Eileen, but since she's here, that's what I say. Okay? Fight me. Come on, Eileen Smith, the new Roy. Yeah, come on. It looks like it's trying to drag down the entire file. Okay, so we don't want that to happen. Let me do it this way. Slack, where'd you go? Open this and give it a second to think. Stop this real quick. Don't talk. Just listen. No, be quiet. Stay right there. Stay right there. I normally don't like to play videos live on the screen because it can often be bad, but we're going to just pretend that this is working today. So I'm going to show you and we'll see. It's almost done. Pause. There you go. That'll stop it. All right. I'm going to go into live demo mode. Puyaka. And then hopefully you guys can hear this.
Like that. Doc, tell us where I can find more Doc Rock.
I'm pretty much all over the Interverse at Doc Rock. I'm also the community manager at Ecamm, so anytime you see some tutorial or show that we put together, I either recorded, edited, started it, or something of that nature. I spend a lot of time recording stuff for us. And yeah, I do want to take a time to give a shout out to Ken and Glenn, our founders, not just because they're my bosses, but they're really my friends. They're really great guys. And believe it or not, many. So what this came from, if you look here, there's a little scissor, and that's the scissor where you can kind of like make a clip out of any part. Right before I got to this part, Leo was asking me about Renee, and I was like, he's cool. So no, it was kind of cool. So I just wanted to show you that clip feature, and unfortunately, when you do it in Downy, it doesn't pull just a clip. It grabs the whole video, which is like 2 hours long. So I thought it would be handy if it could pull the clip, but it doesn't. But I did want to show you that. And it can take you back to the full video if you ever needed to get back to the full video. So like if you were connected and using that clip as a video and you wanted to see the real video, I believe on the side here, there is a button that says watch the full video, and dun, 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 it should switch over and take you to the entire thing. Why did it not catch? Man, internet, why you lied to me?
Like that.
Okay, let's stop that.
Doc.
Stop that. Here, watch full video. Oh, it does say watching the full video. So, right there. From Google Wave to millimeter wave comment. There you go. So you can see any section. So
that is a good line.
This is a good way for you to share your creations. And you might have a part in your video that you say something dope, right? So like Matt's teaching these Final Cut things. Let me move my face out of the way. I'm talking to myself. Matt might do some Final Cut things. And then there's a part that he wants to share in a community post. You can just clip that section, share it in your community post. If someone likes it, they can get back and watch the full video. That is the point. I think the clips feature of YouTube is not utilized well enough. There you go. Not a fan of any of those cleaning programs. Just do it yourself. Learn the commands and do it yourself. They can get a little bit too aggressive. Let's put it that way. Paste is also super, super dope. OB, I used Pull Tube and Downy interchangeably, switch back and forth. I'm setting up my mom's podcast, Sofa Control for 20 feet from my Mac, 2 Elgato webcams, and Stream Decks, and wireless mic. That's dope, but it's not a question. What's the question? Let's see if there's more stuff. There you go. One thing, a 15-foot active USB cable with a splitter, it could work. Active cables will normally keep the faith. Sorry, Billy Joel. Active cables will normally keep the faith. They have a little bit of something into it that brings that level of extra connectivity to the party. But USB is a fickle beast, so just be prepared for that just in case. USB can do all the weird USB things. And Keely is playing with the dog. Just wondering I was like, what is she doing over there? Oh, wait, come back. Hey, dog. Bite her. He looks like Yoda. Thank you. No problem, Matt. Nah, don't spend money. Take an image from your phone. How do you take an image from your... Oh, you didn't know that? On the phone, I'm looking for it. It's in my pocket. You silly. On the phone, whenever you get a text, ooh, pictures from Rich. What? Nice. All right, so here's my phone, picture from Rich. At the very bottom, there's a little icon right here. If you click that, you can just like click on the text and then copy it. There's a little box around the text right there. Say focus camera. Normally you do it wrong. Anyway, so that area is highlighted. So if I were to open up a new note, I can just make a new note and paste it in, and it will paste it in. So if I type paste, boom, it says creator. Wait, let me just embiggen it so then it makes it easy to see. Title. There it is. It says creator. Man, yeah, that's better. So yeah, you can snatch image right out of text. It's a cool thing. What do I use for markup? You like markup like in Markdown markup or markup like in, the markup that's built into the iPhone? I normally just use what's built into Preview. That's it. I will be lurking. We'll be at Podcast Movement, Matt, but I will be lurking from Podcast Movement because I'll be on the floor. You can also edit it into a short now. Shut up. Oh, you heard it first. You heard it from R2 himself. You can take those clips and then convert it to a short. Dang. That should be the next video, Renee. I can figure it out, but, for the moguls in the verse, that should be the next video right there. Boom. Hey, thank you, Mark. It's good to see you. Mark Kaiserman, just 3 things. I like that. Just 3 things. Except for we're all reading the book. That's 1 thing. Now you got to get us 2 more things. What are you doing? And Todd just tweeted, if you watch a short, YouTube will start recommending the vibes from that channel to you as well. What? Dang, this is cool. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, awesome news for creators, 100%. The six FCP tips in 60 seconds. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Very good. Matt, you had another heater. I know you was doing your 5 plugins. We had almost the same plugins, except for some reason, I am absolutely in love with Premium VFX. I have 2 InMotion MVFX plugins, but I don't know why. I just love the way Premium VFX does their stuff. So it's that's my favorite crew. But one of the ones that you selected from Motion VFX is really good. I also think their MTuber plugin is very good for people that are doing content creation and are just looking for easier ways to get their stuff done. The adjustment layers plugin you were talking about, Premium VFX has it as a free plugin now, and it has more than just a blank adjustment layer. It has like some predefined ones like color, duotone, blur the faces out like that. Those are already pre-set up, so they're a lot quicker. Those are very, very good. Very good. I keep slipping. I should do a thing on adjustment layers. I've showed it here on the channel live, but I never made it into a video. So I wonder if I could chop the live or if I should just reshoot it. But that, because it's a free plugin, anybody using Final Cut right now should be on the Premium VFX adjustment layers plugin, hands down. And the other thing is important is to remember the Dylan Bates. Check out Dylan and get that picture-in-picture plugin. That's super dope. Thank you. Phil, that's funny. That is funny. That is super funny. That is super funny. Yo, that is super funny. I love it. Case Ash, any advice wanting to create but have a stutter? Man, go for it. To be honest with you, nowadays, the people that are going to be a-holes are going to be a-holes no matter what. The rest of the people will be there for you. It is literally one of the things that I love so much about being a creator now is, yes, because there's more people out there, you have people that just want to press buttons. I have moderators that, punch those people in the gonads whenever possible, but you just ignore them. I would not want you to hide sharing what you have to offer to the planet because it's something that most people will fully just let go. They just will. So I would say, muster up the strength and just do it, and we'll give you props for the bravery. One of my buddies who I saw in the chat, she's up here somewhere, Miss Aubrey. Miss Aubrey had a traumatic bike accident which fully affected her speech, and she gets conscious about it, and we, as the Drop Squad family, we tell her hush her face because we didn't know the regular Aubrey. The regular Aubrey probably wouldn't be our friends. The new Aubrey is the Aubrey that we love, and we don't care about the old one. So I'm telling you, people will find you and people will wrap themselves around you, and you can just stand on the shoulders of giants, as they used to say. I like to stand on the shoulders of my Drop Squad. That we all help each other out so much. We harass each other a lot. We fight like family, but we take care of each other. I think that whatever gift you have to share to the world is bigger than anybody that would say something stupid because you have a stutter. Simple. And then just tell them it's a glitch in the Mac OS software. That's what everybody else does, blame Apple. So you can do that too. I appreciate it. That's a good comment. That's a good comment, a way to remind people to stop making excuses and just go, because there's a lot of people that don't have a stutter that won't even think about coming out to be a creator because somebody told them they were shy or some other crazy stuff like that. So just do you. If anything, we'll back you. We'll be here for you because we're cool like that. Underutilizing clips. Yeah, man. Clips is dope. Before, it was like a misplaced thing. Like I didn't know what it was for other than sharing. But now that you can convert it, game over. Like that changes the game around these streets. Oh, God. Paul. When I say something stupid. Works on Max Safari 2 preview. Just highlight the... Oh, yeah. Yes. I thought that it was only in Ventura, but maybe... Oh, yeah. Preview does it. Never mind. Okay. Renee's right. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, Markdown. I write all my Markdown stuff in drafts. Jeff and I talk about this a lot. Drafts is the best. I'll write everything in drafts, and then I use Marked 2, which is by Brett Terpstra, drink, as sort of like my preview and pull the HTML code and stuff out. But I like drafts to write in. I got to remember to screenshot this so that I can remember. Ooh. No, that's going to do a video, Doc. I just want to screenshot. Hurry up before it goes away. There you go. I didn't remember to do something with that. Yep. Just do it. Just go. Just let it rip, man. Let it rip. Boom. Thanks. Hey, you is here, Obs. Yay, my girl. I love me some Obs. All right, gang. We're going to take a pause for the cause before class, and then we're going to get to class. Those of you who don't know, Paul put a link in the chat earlier, or Keely put a link in the chat earlier as well, on how to get involved in class on Saturday. It's fun. We're learning things. We're having a good time. If you are a creator and you're trying to build a community, make sure you hit up Miss Discord for Creators. She's going to be hanging out with me at People of Video Speaking. She's helping people get their stuff all set up. I'm curious as to how her meeting with Janice went yesterday, if they actually did anything or they just talked smack about me for 2 hours. I don't trust either one of them. Also, I want to remind you, if you are creating stuff and you're getting into the sort of Final Cut game, you're trying to figure out what to do, go check out Mr. O'Brien over there, and by all means join the Broccoli Squad so that you can, get your Final Cut game together. I don't know why, but I just joined the Broccoli Squad just so that I can get Broccoli Icon. Oh, that's funny. No, even though I know Final Cut since day one, I worked at Apple, all of that, I still like learning stuff from Matt and Dylan because they just think of things different than the way that I do it, and they think of things different than the way it is in the book, right? This is one mistake that people make. They think they know stuff and they don't need to learn no more. You can always be learning, right? I learned stuff from Matt and Dylan and all the other homies, Serge and them. Serge, I like learning from him just because of the accent, right? You can learn stuff from other people, which is the reason why half of you guys come to the Ecamm demo every Friday, even though you already know how to use Ecamm. You just find random things. So it was fun. Got a chance to, now I get to hang out and be a broccoli chopper with the crew. So go see Mr. Matt if you're about that life. And don't forget, if you're also running your streams and you're doing live streams, make sure you check out Mr. Moderator, Paul the Duncan, because he has the don't say those words on my stream or I'll punch you in the face list. So it's an awesome list. It has made it better around here because the bots can't comment. They can't say dumb things, right? It will make your streams so much more palatable. So go to MrModerator.com and get the don't say that on my streams list from Paul. And I'm sure he's typing the link feverishly right now because I can see his head looking down while he's typing in the Discord. And then see, there it is. There you go. So those things will just literally help you out. And then I don't know what Junkie is talking about today, but he's always talking about cameras. So go see him. And those are my people. So go enjoy the party. I will see you guys. The next time I see you guys, I'll be with Rich. We'll be live from Rich's office. Can't wait till that happens. It's going to be fanglorious. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for coming through another one. And if you accidentally find yourself on Amazon buying a Shimoda bag today, don't blame your boy. I'm just saying, don't blame your boy. It is dope. E, I love it. I love it how you do grateful with the extra E out there. You know what I'm saying? That, my friend, is branding. That is branding. Love you, Elaine. You're a rock star. Absolutely. Hey, gang, I will see y'all in these streets. Peace out. A-Town Stomp.
City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine.